Hey queens and kings, welcome back and thank you guys so much for watching as well as returning. In today's video we have two lighted topiary ornaments. If you all would like to see how I created these, please continue to watch. Okay queens and kings, so I want to show you guys pretty much what I'm going to be using because I actually did not film the clip. I thought I was, but I wasn't. So here, this is the empty container of the fairy lights, or LED lights that I will be using. They're from Walmart and they have 3 different functions. I'm also going to be using Dollar Tree ornaments. I'm using a large size, a medium size, a small, and a little teardrop style. So basically what I'm trying to show you guys and explain to you guys right here is basically I use my hot knife to put holes on top of each one of the ornaments. Made a large amount hole, nice size, so therefore I can place my lights through them. But before I do that, I will have to screen the lights through the base. The base that you all see there on the left hand side, I place a hole at the bottom of that there, which I'm about to show you guys that in a moment here. So first thing first, once I place my hole in each one of the ornaments as well as this base here, I started to feed my LED lights through each one of the holes. Started off with the base first, and then I'm gonna work my way up until I get to each one of the ornaments. But first ornament is gonna be the large one here. So basically I'm showing you guys where I have already feed it through, and so now I'm just pulling it and pulling it and pulling it through. Once I pull all the lights through, I'm going to start back pushing some of the lights back through, so therefore they can be like in a spiral effect inside of the ornament. Just stay with me, stick with me, because I'm trying to explain this the best way that I can. So what I'm showing you guys here is where I'm actually feeding the lights back through of the ornament, so therefore I can have the effect of the lights glowing on the inside of the ornaments. Now you can put as much as you want to put in each one of the ornaments. That is all up to you. Alright, so now that I have all the lights that I want into the first ornament, I'm going to take my hot glue gun and basically where the holder or the entrance of the ornament is located, I'm placing a nice little amount of hot glue, trying my best to make sure that I don't get none on the LED lights, because I'm not sure if the heat touch them, they will burn or whatever, will stop working. So therefore I center that as best as possible on my base. So this is what's going to help stand them up or hold up all the ornaments. So now moving on to the second largest size, which is more of like the medium size ornament, and I'm feeding it through the open and as well as through the hole that I made in there. And I'm going to continue pulling and pulling until I get all the lights through, and then I'm going to start back pushing some of the lights back into the ornament, so therefore I can have the glow effect, as well as once again place some hot glue around the open of it, and we're going to stack that on top of the large ornament. So I'm going to keep this going for each one of the ornaments. Alright, so we done made it to the last and final ornament here. This one here is more like the teardrop that I was trying to explain to you guys. It have like the light bulb base at the end, so all you're gonna do is actually screw that off. But before that, I placed a hole at the top, and now that I'm screwing it on off, now I'm gonna go ahead and feed my lights through here as well. and then we're gonna glue it on. So here is a snowflake that I purchased from Hobby Lobby, I would say, which was the reason why I put the hole at the top of the very last ornament, because I thought I was gonna put the tip in it, but instead I decided not to. I'm just gonna place that directly on top of the last ornament, using a nice amount of glue, but not too much because I don't want it to smear out or, you know, have a nasty look. That's the best way I can explain it. Okay, so moving on to the base of the ornament, or topiary, I should say. Here I'm just using some old picks of tree branches or whatever, and I'm just cutting them down to size, which I'm using a wire cutter to actually cut it. And I'm just gonna glue these around the base, the beginning of the base, as well as the end of the ornament, I'm trying to say here. So once I get all the greenery that I want on it off camera, I'm gonna make a bow, and I'm just gonna glue some ribbon around where each one of the ornaments actually connect. All right, queens and kings, so that is pretty much it for my lighted ornament topiaries. I really love the way that these came out. These came out better than what I thought they would, and I truly apologize that I wasn't able to show you guys me basically making a bow or gluing the ribbon around where each one of the ornaments meet. But that ribbon is from Dollar Tree, the stripe ribbon, the red and white peppermint looking ribbon, and the red ribbon is from Hobby Lobby. But this is pretty much how they turned out, queens and kings. What do you all think? I'm giving you guys a shot of how it looked with the lights on as well. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it. Oh, the glitter ribbon came from Dollar Tree as well. So I hope you queens and kings enjoyed this video. If you all do, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will talk to you queens and kings in the very next video. Oh, I forgot to show you guys how I actually secured the box, the battery box. All I did was use Command Script and basically stick it on the back, which is the reason why my ribbon is so much bigger and longer. So therefore I could hide the battery box as well as the screen that's partially hiding. So that is it, queens and kings. You guys continue to be royal. Bye-bye.
Let me get a